Hello, welcome to a little video all about my 1972 Commer van Autosleeper. So I bought this van over 6 months ago now. It hadn't been on the road since 1984, I think it was. It was completely original. It had one lady owner from new, and it was just literally in as found condition. So here's a little video I did 6 months ago of exactly as it was found. And what I find really cool and interesting is all the weird little things that are in the drawers that have just been left there, from years of camping and whatever else. So here's a few little videos about all the weird and wonderful things I found inside the van, and then I'll show you how the van looks now. Enjoy. So, shall we take a little look at the interior of the old Commer van? Since owning it, since buying it, I've cleared all the crap out of it, but I've not actually emptied any of the drawers, cupboards, or done anything else to the interior. So let's have a little explore and see what we can find inside. As you can see, all the interior's original, other than these sort of wheelchair runners and this little sticker on here which tells you how to lock your wheelchair onto these tracks. So the original owner must have been in a wheelchair. So let's start with the cooker. Here is the original cooker, looking nice and clean. You got a little grill as well. I say clean, I mean not absolutely knackered. Now these are the interesting bits, the drawers, which literally are completely left as they were in sort of the 1980s, or when the van was last used, which I think was the 80s. What have we got? Wasps, something or other. To get rid of wasps, I imagine. Old school pub ashtray, complete with matches. Scissors. Trusty old peg. I have no idea what that is. Some sort of implement. A packet of tunes. Do they even make tunes still? I think it's been in there so long they've kind of melted and disintegrated inside, because that literally feels completely hollow. Little badge. What have we got on the badge? Highland Air Show official. Wow. And then just your standard cutlery and some dog treats for the dog. Peggy, want a treat? Oh. And then a few coins. Oh, that is an old 5p, a huge 5p. Well, that's the first drawer. On to the next one. So here we are, drawer number 2. What do we have? Wow. Drawer number 2 is actually better than drawer number 1. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got. Once again, a packet of, well, this is polos this time, and they're literally, the packet is empty, so they must have just melted in the dampness, which is mean. English mustard, tasty. Try a bit of that later. Frit stick. That feels like you could probably still use it. 24p, bargain. Boots as well. Who knew you could buy a Frit stick from Boots? Pack of pencils. What is that? Revitalises old batteries. Nice. Little screwdriver. Oh, another Highland Air Show crew thing. I have no idea what that contraption is. Pack of matches. Some Kodak things. I think I did look at this briefly and there's not any negatives in there or anything, which would have been cool. Wow. Candle. Shoelaces. Nice little bottle opener. Golf ball. Comb. That looks like some sort of pet comb, I'd say. I have no idea. Camping gas. Something. Cold sore cream. Wow. A syringe for something or other. I think that's cool. Hang on, what we got? Indigestion and heartburn tablets. Nice. I think that's it in terms of the most interesting things in this drawer. Pipe cleaners. Lovely. Right, on to the next. Right, so we'll whiz through the next few cupboards. I don't want to bore you too much. This one just has a nice little rock in the corner and a couple of glasses. this one is cool. So this one we have got a vintage fairy liquid. That's got to be from the 1980s, I imagine. Blue concentrate. Oh, that's for toilets, I think. Bog roll, brand new. We can use that. Clutch fluid. I don't know what that is. Mace antiseptic. Nice. Wow, this looks. Wow, look at that. Some vintage Persil. That is crazy. That's got to be 1980s, surely. Maybe even late 70s, I don't know. Nice big container of some suspicious white powder. And a bit of oil. Alright, we'll leave all that there and we'll go straight to this one. Not a great deal in here. That, I'm sure, is what you get like soap in, or half of what you get put your soap in, which is proper old school. Oh my word. And there's the soap. Lovely. Oh, more antiperspirant. Fresh green. And then, oh god, please don't tell me that's a wee bucket. Oh dear. And a nice vintage flask. Alright, that's that one. Onto this one. Now this is really, really cool. This, I believe, is a pretty much complete set of original crockery for the Commer Autosleeper. Looks like you've got little egg cups, a little milk jug, some plates, all with the same sort of pattern on, which is, I love that. That is really, really cool. What else we got? I have no idea. Something in there. Looks like rat poison or something. Oh, there we go. A date. That's what we wanted to see. June 83. God, so this really, really is old stuff in here. That's a lid to a pan. There's Tupperware. Frying pan. A couple of glasses, which could be original. I have no idea what that is. And this, here's some like various size pans, frying pans, and this is really cool. This is like an old school saucepan drainer. So you put that on your saucepan tip, and obviously like the water drains out, whatever you've got in there stays in there. So yeah, might keep that. And then finally, I think it's finally anyway, we've got the wardrobe. And what have we got in here? A couple of wheel trims, a couple of hubcaps, an old Lucas coil spare. I love these. This is like a dog guard thing that you put in your window to stop your dog jumping out. A couple of coat hangers. What's in this? Sorry, it's not easy to do it with one hand. A little rotor arm, and what else have we got? Some ignition leads, which say Halford's £2.16p. Rotor arm is Halford's 33p. Crazy. And the final thing that I just found in that wardrobe, which obviously isn't in the original bag, is these, which are really cool. A little vintage fold-out stools. I'm just trying to prop the camera up somewhere. They're really cool. Not sure I'd dare sit on it, but yeah, they basically go something like that. Canvas top. And that pretty much concludes all the rubbish that's in the cupboards. And now we will do a little tour of the rest of the interior. First of all, I am sorry if this is boring you. If it is, then stop watching the video. But there's something about going through like a campervan or even a car that's not been on the road for say 30, 40 years, which I find really interesting, because you kind of get like an insight into the owner's lives. So whether it's just a car going through the glove box, or obviously in this case a campervan where you've got, you know, drawers of history, and you know, I just find it absolutely fascinating. So I'm sure there must be other people that find it fascinating too. So this is the sort of cab area. Super original, like the back, all the original seats. Just need a damn good clean. A few little interesting things up here. I don't know whether that's like a calendar or something. I don't actually know what that is. A little grippy thing, interior light. And then speedo, 47,000 miles, which I'm pretty sure is original. Your engine is obviously under here, which I may show you in a bit. Now this is this is cool. This is the screen wash, which also looks a bit like a colostomy bag. And then you've got the Autosleeper sticker on there, which is cool, which is the conversion. And the glove box. Ah, no, that is cool. We've got a tax disc from 1985, which I'm going to guess is the last time it was on the road. And a few other interesting things. Do you remember these? Thimble, do they call it? Really strange. What's that? Core plug, swap plug. Ooh. A watch. Nice. Hopefully that's worth loads of money. That looks like some sort of bracket that's rusted off. That's one of the tyre inflator things. A few other random bits and bobs. So yeah, that is the interior. Now, I won't pretend that I've not had the Commer running. I have had it running. I have done a couple of little bits to the engine to help it run, but I've not started it in a while. So let's just talk you through. The ignition barrier looks like it's obviously been off. I think it was cut off. Maybe the keys were lost, but now I do have all the keys. Your choke is down here. You pull that out, a little lever down there. And then ignition lights come on. Let's make sure we're not in gear. Let's see if it starts. Not quite. Battery sounds like it's pretty flat. Let's try one more time. Whoa! There she goes. Lovely jubbly. Not too bad. So this is the outside of the van now. As you may be able to tell, I have lowered the suspension. I did take it on holiday completely standard height, and it was sort of rolling all over the place due to how high they are as standard, especially with the sort of narrow front end that they have as standard as well. So I've lowered the suspension. It has just been cut front springs, and the rear, I've flipped the rear springs and had to extend the shackles, and a bit more involved in the rear, but it sits really well now. And to be honest, considering how low it is, it actually drives really well and doesn't sort of hit the ground or anything. But yeah, apart from the lowering and sort of new tyres, new brakes, and obviously a check over the engine, I've not done a massive amount to it. I've had a few holidays in it. We've been to Wales, we've been to Commer. I've done a few hundred miles in it, and it's actually been a really good van. It drives well, it pulls well, it happily sits at 60, and I just think compared to VW campervans, which I've had plenty of, it just looks really cool. It's just different, and that's what I love about it. It is rough, you know, it does have rust around the arches on the edges. It does have rust on the steps and dents and scrapes, but I just think that kind of all adds to its really cool character and patina, as you may say. So yeah, that's the outside, and now let's have a little look on the inside. Now it's a little bit more cleaner. So the inside, which is accessed through these two rear opening doors. Peggy's in there saying hello. Right, Pegs? Yeah, the inside is in really cool original condition. As you probably saw from the sort of as found videos, Yeah, it's just completely unmessed with. I added these little bits of carpet down here because there was sort of wheelchair tracks in there for strapping down a wheelchair. But yeah, all the original cooker, sink. I'm probably showing you everything that I showed in the other video, to be honest, so I won't focus too much. But now it's a bit cleaner. It's just a really, really, really nice interior. It's so spacious, it's so light, loads of storage. Yeah, I just think, like I've said, compared to a Volkswagen Campervan, which I think I prefer Volkswagens, but this just, I don't know, it's something else. Obviously the roof all lifts up and you got room to walk around. The bed folds out across there. So yeah, that's the interior. Really, really nice. Thank you. So yeah, that's my Commer Campervan. Unfortunately, I am selling it now, like I do sell most things, but you have to sell something to buy something else. And I've just bought an old cottage with my girlfriend, which needs complete renovation. So yeah, it will be going to a new home later today. Actually, I think he's on his way. So bye bye, Commer. Thanks for watching the video. See you later.